ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
You have to remember to put me in there. This is the first time I never put myself on camera. That's how generous I am. I don't even need to be the face of the show. I'm just here. My goodness, welcome to the Roundtable. Hi, I'm Robert Bannon, and this is, I don't know what week it is. Listen, you get me a little scruffy, my hair is a little bit of a mess, my glasses may be crooked, but I'm here because we've been having one HE double hockey stick of a week. Thank you for all the love and support. I feel like I haven't been here in forever because I had the show last week on a Wednesday and now it's Thursday. So it's been 8 days and I've been everywhere and anywhere and everywhere. Happy Pride. Happy June. Today is June 9th. Isn't that great? Happy June 9th. Do you toolbar blade over? I don't know what that means. Well, hello there, Alessandra Vaughn. You've got to go line dancing at 7:30. I want to give a shout out to my friend Valerie. Valerie went to high school together, and we're like 162 years old now. And I was talking to Kristen Schrumpf and Kristen Schiller earlier, and tonight, Valerie Flett is, that was your name. Yeah, Alessandra, I see you're teasing me, and my hair is, wow. Valerie, there's the 8th grade dance. Do you remember going to the 8th grade dance? That was like 700 years ago. I think an 8th grade dance would have been like 25 years ago. Listen, time flies when you're having fun, right? Hi, Mom. That's my mother right here. Good to be here with you too. Thanks for all your help this week, Mom. That's my friend Abby Thompson, who's in Wales. Abby, you're in Wales, which is so fancy. I speak Wales. Ooh, you're in Wales, and I love it. Janelle, we're going to talk about you in a minute. That's Janelle. I got to hang out with Janelle for a bit. So hang on tight, everybody. We have a big show for you. I have a lot of stuff that happened this week. Can I tell you about next week first? Well, firstly, Greg Louganis is here, 4-time Olympic gold medalist, Greg Louganis. And a lot of you really love him. Yeah, thanks. Back at you, Valerie. A lot of you really love Greg Louganis. And now as a kid, and I remember Greg Louganis. We all remember Greg Louganis. I mean, he's like the greatest diver of all time. But oh God, it really is bothering me. We'll fix it during the break. He's amazing, and he's such a great story, and he's such a great inspiration. So it's going to be really great to see what he has to say. Plus, Queen of the Universe. There you go. Yes, Alessandra, he's a huge fan. And Queen of the, and yes, we're going to talk about Leonia Pride, Dan, in 1 second. Yes, Greg Louganis. I'm going to Leonia Pride. I'm going to tell you all about it. You got a lot of comments. I'm obsessed with the fact that you got Greg and Greg together. It came to me in a dream, like magic. I didn't even mean for it to happen, but then I just was sitting in my bed, going to sleep, being anxious like normal. And I thought to myself, Greg and Greg is perfect. So I'm excited to have them both here. Yes, we are going to have a fabulous show for sure. Happy Pride to Christine. I hope all is well in North Carolina. Alessandra got to talk to Greg Louganis. You got to talk to him a little bit in the pre-show, right, Alessandra? He wished you and sent you love. He's nice. He's a really nice guy. All right. So let me get to it. Next week, you may not know them by name, but they're my really good friends, and I'm really excited about next week's show. Next week's show, we have stars. Quay Tan is an amazing actress. She's an amazing inspirational trans figure that is the star of Dear White People, and she's starring in Peacock's new They/Them horror movie miniseries that's coming out on Peacock, starring Kevin Bacon. And she's going to tell you all about it. And she's going to tell you about her journey and what it means to be a trans actress in Hollywood. She was on How to Get Away with Murder. She was on all sorts of shows, and she's a star, and she's my friend, and it's going to be great. And then I was watching Medea, the new Medea Homecoming, And if you haven't seen it, if you're a Medea fan, if you watch all the Tyler Perry movies, I figured it was going to be the normal nonsense. And I don't normally watch them, but I heard there was a twist. Brandon Black is that twist. Brandon Black is he's the nephew or grandson of Medea. And there's a twist in the movie. And he's going to come talk about being the first out character in a Tyler Perry Medea movie. And he's also in Dear White People. And he is an artist and he's a great actor. This is the future. That's the future of Hollywood. That's the future of this community right there. And they're going to be here. Plus, my little show, this little show has started to get invited to press events and do red carpet. Not well, but we did it. And Frankie Grande, Ariana's brother and star of Wicked and a whole bunch of stuff. We talked to Frankie Grande in the streets of New York. He's in a new off-Broadway show called Titanic. And it's funny. And we have clips of it and pictures of it. And you will die when you see how funny this parody of Celine Dion is. This is the cast. And they all chat with us next week. So we have Brandon Quay and the cast of Titanic. They're a mess. Wait till you see what they all have to say. They're hysterical. You're going to love it. So excited. So much going on. So much wonderful shows. And that's thanks to you guys for watching. So thank you for watching. Upcoming, we have Angelica Ross is going to be here. Dylan Burnside, both of them from Pose, both of them with new music coming out. Angelica was Candy. Dylan was Ricky. They'll be here. Plus Marty Cummings, the legendary Marty Cummings, will be here to talk as well. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming up for you to finish off Pride with the next 2-3 weeks. So I am so excited. Here's Miss Margaret, who I miss definitely. I definitely miss you in the classroom. It was a crazy day. This little show is not so little. Thanks, Christine. I still think it's a little show. I'm in my basement in Fort Lee, or Richfield, or wherever I am. You guys watching it is what makes it special. So thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Yeah, Janelle, check it out. It's Medea. It's on Netflix. It's a little dirty, but I know you can handle it. But it's really good, and watch it. It's a good time. My friend Valerie, my best memory of you back in high school was our high school plays, especially our senior play, which it was Guys and Dolls. Yes, and I was Sky Masterson, and it makes me think, wow, we've come a long way. And thank you for saying I look fierce. I don't know about my hair today or this beard or this skin, but I appreciate you so much. And you hang in there. I read about what's going on, and you're not alone, and there's love, and I send you all my love and support, truly, to you. I thought about you when I saw your comment, and I have paid attention. But I mind growing people's business, but hang in there. All right, so let's talk about my week. Are you ready to talk about my week? That must mean, well, you watch the show. Here's the week in review. Last week was quite insane. I met with you on Wednesday. We had the best time with Rufus Wainwright, Anais Mitchell, Jay Santino, and Devin Velez. They're all so great. Rufus's album comes out tomorrow. He lit the Empire State Building yesterday with Lorna Luft, Judy Garland's daughter, which is pretty awesome. And what did I do? That was our show on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I hosted the New Jersey Pride Chamber of Commerce Gala. Someone sent me that shirt. It's the New Jersey in a rainbow, and it says Pride. It's a horrible picture of me, but it was a very fun event. I want to thank the New Jersey Pride Chamber of Commerce. Olivia Lux was the headliner. Here we are. This is me, my ex-wife. You've heard that story. My friend Anthony, that's us in front of, look at the view from Jersey City. You know, New Jersey, we pay half the rent, and look at New York. And if you live in New York, you pay double the rent. And what do you look at? New Jersey. So we have the right way of doing things. And even had a former student come. That's my friend Tiffany, who was in my second class 12 years ago. And her mom came out to Pride in Jersey City to support. I have pictures with Olivia Lux, but they were professionally taken. So they just got sent like 5 minutes ago. So I didn't have time to upload them, but it was a really special, nice event. There were other queens there. She sang. It was very fun. I had a really great time. So that was on Thursday. Friday, I took a moment because on Saturday I drove down to Delaware, and who would meet me there in Delaware but my friend Janelle. That's Lattes. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Lattes. And there we were, and we did a show at Delaware Pride. It was cute. It was cute. It was a nice little festival. They had a drag stage. They had the performer stage. Janelle bought me Italian ice. Janelle bought me a soda. Janelle and me talked about psychic mediums. My friend Mike was there. We watched some of the shows. There's Mike. He came to be the, I don't know, designated driver. And we had a lot of fun. And I'm going to show you a clip of all the Pride events at the end of the show today, because I put them together so that we don't take up too much of the show time. And Janelle took one of them. And I think it's a clip of the Golden Girls theme, Janelle, that you took. So I appreciated spending the day with you. This is the host, Austin. He was the host of the event. He was so sweet. He's from the UK, but lives here now. He was on, Abby, he was on Celebrity Big Brother out there in the UK. I don't know if you watched that. But it was a great day. It was really fun. And then when I was getting paid, getting paid is important. I ran into Pepper Mache, who's a background singer for like everyone back in the day. She did CeCe Winans, she did Whitney, she did Tina Turner. And we were talking. And as we were talking, the headliner, Pandora Box, Ms. Box, came in. And then she knows Pepper Mache. So Pepper Mache and her were talking. And then Pepper Mache was like, can you believe these names? This is ridiculous. So Pepper Mache told Pandora Box, we need to take a picture, but we need to put Robert in it. And I don't know either of them. I just was trying to get paid and say, hey, and get out. So we took this picture, and then Pepper Mache gave me her phone and said, put your number in here because we are going to be friends. And I was like, you're a legend. You've worked your whole life. Like, I'm just honored to be here with you. And yeah, that's Pepper Mache, and that's Pandora Box, and that's someone, I don't remember her name, but she was lovely. I'm sure Janelle does. And it was a really special day. We made new friends, right? We made some new friends. I went missing because Pepper Mache kept me for like 30 minutes, and I missed the whole leather New York guy, only at Pride. You know, Valerie, you like Pandora? Oh my goodness, we're going to have her on the show. Should we have her on the show? I'm sure Janelle has some questions for her. She's a feisty one. She's feisty. And then we left there. And what happened was Mike, I'm talking too much today. Mike and I were invited to see Coldplay at MetLife Stadium because my friend, my really good friend from Ireland. I was going to say UK. It's not UK. My really good friend, Orla Clark. Yeah, we'll have to have her on, Valerie. I promise. I'm going to try. So my good friend, Orla Clark, was here. Hi, Marie. How are you? I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. My good friend, we were talking about your Devin a few minutes ago. So my friend, Orla Clark, is Coldplay's tour manager. So she got us really great tickets, and she sat us really close, and we got to go to this club under the seats. And then after the show, I was invited to this party, and I went to this party in the city where you had to have a wristband and a special ticket, and no phones were allowed. So I went into this party, and like when I walk in the door, it was open bar, and they were giving out martinis, and they had all this food around, and you had to be on this list. And then I went to the left, and Chris Martin was sitting there at this table with like all these group of his friends. And then Kylie Minogue was over there on the other side. So then I went and sat with my friend Orla, and we were chit-chatting about tour life and how it's hard to have long distance relationships. And I met Chris Martin's assistant, and then I met the band's assistant, and it was just me in the corner chatting away. And then Chris Martin got up and walked over to talk to this other person, and it was Jay-Z. Jay-Z was at the party. Like, Jay-Z was right there. And I was here, and then I was pretending to be cool because we weren't allowed to bother them. And then the mayor of New York came, and can I give you a little, like, the gossip? So the mayor of New York wanted, I'm going to get in trouble for this. The mayor of New York wanted to meet Chris, and his assistant was like, this is not a meet and greet. He's having a meeting with Jay-Z right now. I told the mayor. Now, I said hello to Chris. When Chris was leaving, they said, like, just say, I said, gave a quick, hey, nice to meet you. Great show. And if you like Coldplay, and we went the night Kylie Minogue was there. The next night, Bruce Springsteen was there. So some friend she is. No, kidding. Here's a clip of Coldplay. Take a peek at the. You want to see showmanship? Watch this. Amazing. Did I have fun? I had so much fun. It was so beautiful. I was in awe because I'm not like the biggest. I know their songs are epic. I'm not the biggest fan because I've always joke like that. I think of the movie like a 40-Year-Old Virgin where they're like, you're gay, you like Coldplay, all that stuff. Did I have a quick? No, I was in awe. Like I couldn't even tell you what they were singing sometimes because I was just in awe of the atmosphere. It was gorgeous. What a beautiful show, and what I am a convert. I would go see them anytime, and especially when it's free. And then I could have free food and Jay-Z. It was a really special. It was a special night. So thank you, Orla. I love you. You're so sweet. And I do. She's a good person. Besides, if she couldn't get me free concert tickets. And what else do I have to say? Me and my mother then on Sunday got up and went to Asbury Park. And look at us in Asbury. That's Brandon James Gwynn. Brandon James Gwynn in the top picture was the first guest ever on the Roundtable. He's the reason we have a Roundtable. True fact. That's the host, Susan. And then there's Out in New Jersey magazine where they were giving out my face, which is surreal. A young lady sung with me in Rent. She sung the Rent song with me, and she was wearing a No Day But Today hat, just circumstantially, like just as a random moment. These are friends I work with. And then that's my friend Donna Graziano, who retired from work with me, and I love her so much. She was there with her wife. And then that's my mom in the middle. And there were 35,000 people at Jersey Pride. 35,000 people performed at Jersey Pride. It was an amazing experience. They were lovely, wonderful people. They were so wonderful. And I so appreciate them. They were fantastic to us. They took care of my mom and I. The audience was great. Everyone was safe. Everyone was kind. Everyone was nice. It was hot. And yes, Brandon James Gwynn produced Trixie Mattel's first albums, and he just was with Trixie. And he was on the first, and we talked about the queens together, Abby. We did. We talked about Pandora, and we talked about Olivia, and we talked about Trixie. Yeah. So that's my Brandon James Gwynn, my buddy. He's so talented. And yeah, my mom was really cute. And then we went and got vegan ice cream, and she had like a cooler packed with like diet sodas and Cokes inside so that she, made sure that I was safe and fine. She's so cute and sweet. And then, are we done? I watched Fire Island, which I know Janelle watched, which is a trip, and I love it. And we've had a Bradley Gibson, and we've had Peppermint, and we've had Nick Adams on either this show or my earlier show. So I was excited to watch it. They're so talented. And Joel Kim Booster is so funny. He's so funny. It's such a funny movie. It's such a trip. Yes, it was a trip. It's another dirty movie, but it's very funny. Valerie, I really wish I would have seen you in Rent. I'm totally in love with Seasons of Love and La Vie Boheme. Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, I always say that is the show that would make me come out of musical theater retirement, would be to do Rent. It was really special for me. All right, so I think that's all I did. And then I sung last night at Englewood Pride with my friends Margaret Josephson. I had a lot of beautiful, from the Housewives of New Jersey, I had a lot of really special friends come out and support me, and we had some fun, and we had Mexican food, and Dolores and Marge were there. You could see it on my Instagram. And you can find all that information at robertbannon.com. But before I tell you more, it's taking forever because this week was so crazy. Here's my shameless plug.
Cause I'm shameless.
So yeah, if you want to, I'm going to show you at the end of the show a clip of all of the Pride events. So stick around if you want to see Marge dancing and you want to see everybody having a good time and you want to see all of that. Stick around for the end of the show today. That's how we're going to end the show with some of my stuff. If you want to go to robertbannon.com, it has all of the dates of my upcoming stuff. And if you're around on Saturday, come to Montclair at 12:30. I will be performing on the School of Rock stage. Miss Margaret says I like the shameless segment. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. It's been a wild time. I'm having so much fun and it's exhausting in the best way. I'm so grateful. See, that's when I look like when I'm clean shaven and lose 5 pounds or more. So go to robertbannon.com. Come see me. And if you're in Jersey, you could come see me in Montclair. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a fun, short 10-minute little set, but there's a lot of great acts. Laura Benanti, Peppermint, Dylan Burnside, the cast of Jagged Little Pill and more are going to be there. And then I'm going to Richfield Park for the Arts Festival at night. I'm going to do like 15 minutes, sing a little bit for my hometown. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be at Leonia Pride. Leonia Pride is on June 12th. I'm going to be there at 2:00. So if you want to come and see me, we had the organizer and the uberly talented organizer in here not so long ago. I don't know if he's still here. Are you still here? Is he still here? Dan, are you here? Well, I'll be in Leonia, so I'm going to be in Jersey. And then Sunday night, there's a sold-out show at Patsy's, which is an Italian restaurant. I'm singing for 2 hours. Marie's going to be there. Friends are going to be there. We're going to have a good time. So it's a busy weekend. And then I'm going to LA Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to film something that I'm not allowed to talk about, but I will soon, hopefully. And then I'll be with you on next week with my good friends, which we talked about. Quay Tan, Brandon Black. Dan, you're here. Dan is here. Dan, I'm ready for you. And I'm excited to see you on Sunday. And we'll see what I put together for Leonia Pride. So if you're in the Fort Lee area or the Leonia area or the Bergen County area, or you're flying in from London, come to Leonia on Sunday. We're going to have a lot of fun. And then Sunday night, I'll be in Patsy's performing. So you can go to robertbannon.com. There are shows and events and stuff all summer long. And I'm excited about all of it. So thanks for being here. Is that it? Do I have anything else that I'm supposed to say? I feel like I need to move on. So I think that's it. My mother would say, you can always support the show and Venmo me at RBannon. If you Venmo me at RBannon, that money goes to promote the show. Last week's show with Devin and Jay and Rufus and Aeneas was watched by over 10,000 people. Amazing, right? So make sure you can Venmo at RBannon, and we put that money right towards making this show. The show, the platform we use, and everything costs money. I think that's it. I was so stressed about all the things I had to talk about, but it was really fun, and it was really special to see some of you, and I really am so grateful. There's not a more lucky person in the world than I am to be able to have been doing. This is what I've dreamed about my whole life. And you all make this possible. And I get to live my best, honest truth. And you're still here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You mean so much to me. And spending our time together means so much to me. So thank you for giving me a voice and a platform and listening. Speaking of listening, earlier this week, it's Jersey Talk, Janelle. You know, we go. It's fast. We're so quick. I mean, you're like my students. Can you please slow down? Earlier this week, I had the pleasure of talking to somebody who I think is an absolutely, oh, you are all so sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. He's ready. He's ready from Brazil. I know you're waiting for Grag Queen, and I'm ready to give you Grag Queen. Is going to be here right after Greg Louganis. So hang with me. I know I've made you wait for a long time. Greg Louganis is well, you know who he is. Take a peek. Hold. I recorded this in my classroom earlier this week, just so when you see my outfit change, Greg was only available at 3:00, and we had a really great chat that I think you really need to see. So take a peek.
I had fun. I feel really blessed that I've been able to do some things that really were really meaningful to me. Musical theater was fun. I was a dancer before I was a diver, so it was great to do that and get back to that. But I did a one-man show in New York. I was in Jeffrey at Minetta Lane Theater. I've really had an incredible journey in that. Is it a passion that I have to do? No, I enjoy it. I really love it. I love the camaraderie. I love the having this supporting cast and being surrounded by all these incredibly talented people.
Well, you brought it up. I mean, you were dancing from before diving. I read, doing some of my research, that you were like, what, 3 or 4 years old dancing?
Yeah, I was 3 years old. I started dancing when I was and doing acrobatics when I was 1.5 years. And then I started performing on stage when I was 3. I sang Dance With Me, and I did a little tap number. So, and then that evolved into, I had a partner, and she went into gymnastics, and I followed her into gymnastics. And then we had a pool built in our backyard, and I started trying some of my gymnastics stunts off the diving board at home. And my mother didn't want me to kill myself, so she got me lessons. And that's how diving happened.
And you started diving almost what, professionally? You were what, 9, 10, 11?
I started diving when I was 8. When I was 8 years old, and then started competing. I was doing all of that. I was doing dance, acrobatics, gymnastics, diving. And then when I was 12, I had knee slaughters, which is water on the knee. And so my doctor said that I had to quit diving, acrobatics, and gymnastics, but I could continue diving because we're, landing in the water, so less impact. And so that's when my diving career really shot up. I was world champion at age 13. 3 years after that, I was on my first Olympic team in Montreal. So,
at 16 years old.
Yeah.
At what age, what happens? I'm so not the athlete, Greg. I've not, they were making fun of me. I haven't played basketball or touched a sport since 2nd grade. So when that was not my calling, that is not my strong suit. So when you're growing up, you have your family. At what point do you realize this is something that you're really good at? At what point is it a coach? Is it?
You know what? It's so funny because it was a long journey for me to kind of embrace the idea that I was worthy, of being on the world stage competing. It really wasn't until, I had already won an Olympic silver medal. I was world champion. And then I was on the 1980 Olympic team, but we didn't send a team. But in 82 at the World Championships in Guayaquil, Ecuador, that was the first time that I kind of embraced that I belonged there. Because what happened was we go reverse order of finish in the finals. So I won the prelims and I was the last diver. So when we're in the finals, they're introducing all the finalists. And so I'm the last diver. Well, they introduced Alexander Portnoy as the Olympic gold medalist, 1980. And then I was introduced, Olympic silver medalist, 1976. And I'm thinking to myself, you won the gold medal because I wasn't there. And so I was always, I always wanted my performance to speak for itself. I didn't want to have to speak for my performance. And so I kind of got it in my head, I'll show you. And so we're going through the competition, and I was diving really well. It was a beautiful day in Guayaquil, Ecuador. It was sunny and hot, and it was just beautiful. And I came to the last dive, and I looked at the scoreboard to make sure that the dive number was correct. and I saw my score was flashing on the scoreboard, which meant I already won. I didn't have to do my last dive to win.
It was already done before.
Yeah. I didn't have to do my last dive.
Well,
So,
I know this was in 1982,
82.
where if I did my right research and the internet is right, is it true that you got a perfect 10 from all 7 judges?
At that Olympic Games, you know what? That was the most distracted I had ever been in a competition, because you kind of get used to, okay, if you miss a dive, let it go, focus on your next dive. But I did my on 10-meter platform, I did my inward 1.5 pike, and I got straight 10s. I'm thinking, holy crap, they're going to expect 10s out of on all my dives. And so I get up there and I'm so nervous, and I'm thinking about, oh my God, I'm judging myself. And I did a so-so dive. I think I got 5s on that dive. It wasn't real great. And I'm like, thank God that's over with. And then I could get back to work and focus. But you don't realize how, you get distracted if you mess up. But we kind of practice that a lot because we mess up a lot. But to be, have straight 10s, that is a huge distraction.
Well, it's a piece of history now. I mean, that's a piece of history. Here's some pictures we have of they're going to cut off part of our face, but here's the gold medal. Here is multiple gold medals. You know what makes me mad about this picture? He's still in that good of shape. I don't know. How is that possible? What happened?
No, it's 62, right? Wow. I mean, that's yeah. I didn't expect to see my 30th birthday. Because I was diagnosed HIV positive in '88, 6 months prior to the Olympic Games, and so at that time in '88, I mean, we thought of it as a death sentence. And so my thought was, if I was HIV positive, then I was training in Florida. I was gonna pack up my bags, go home, lock myself in my house, and wait to die, because that's what we thought of HIV at that time. And so my doctor, who was also my cousin, he said, the healthiest thing for you is to continue training. And so that's what I did. I focused on my diving. And really, I mean, they tell you 2 years once you're diagnosed, get your affairs in order. And so I never thought I'd see 30. And now here today, I'm 62.
Well, and you look fantastic, and you have been such an outspoken advocate. Welcome. Thank you for being here, because I pride myself on being a show for other voices. We're kind of the queer show. We have everyone that's a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and the chance to talk to you meant so much, because as a child, the 2 cases of HIV that struck me, I was born in 1983, Magic Johnson, and then you. And the controversy and at that time, in my opinion now, you so unfairly had to deal with so much criticism and talk about you and your life. But you've saved people's lives, because you living your truth has freed so many of us to live our truth. So, I mean, I say that gratefully and thankfully for all you went through for all of us.
There was a lot of criticism, the blood in the pool and all this panic. But the thing that I was grateful of is that, and maybe that was a part of my journey, really. And so as long as they were talking about it, it's important to know how you get HIV, but it's also important to know how you don't get HIV. So it was great to open up that conversation and discussion. So yeah, I mean, probably the thing that I'm most proud of is my book, Breaking the Surface. Because when I went on book tour, I mean, people would be coming up to me and saying, "Oh my God, you saved my life." Oh, I came out to my friends and family about my sexual identity or my HIV status. So it's, it really is incredible that, and something like that, it makes a difference. That really, really makes a difference.
Well, the book is still available. You can order it. You can go to greglouganis.com. You can get more information. All of your books, you have multiple books. I mean, you could learn how to train your dog. You could learn how to your story it was inspiring. At that time, it was a big deal that you told your story. It was a big deal when the TV movie came out. Here's Mario Lopez played. Mario Lopez play. I remember it like it was yesterday.
You know what was funny? Because I was on the set. I body doubled Mario for the diving, and it was so funny because we were talking because he grew up in Chula Vista, and I grew up in El Cajon, which are like sister cities, sister counties, and he went to the same talent contest as a kid that I did. I mean, I was a lot earlier than him, but it was so funny. Yeah, this big talent competition at Grossmont High. We both went to that, and it was so much fun to talk about our upbringing.
It's a small world, after all. Truly, it is. Was it hard for you when you told the story? Was it freeing? How was it when you wrote the book?
When it was scary initially. I know that my mom at the time. My mom and a lot of friends were concerned about my safety, because I think that they were concerned about a lot of the hate and all. But I think that it was very, very, very freeing, because the one thing that I kept in the back of my mind was the truth shall set you free. And so I wanted that truth to come from me. And I felt that the best way that I could express who I am, because it is rather complex, is through the book. And thankfully for Eric Marcus. And I also have to mention Robbie Brown. Robbie Brown was the one who introduced me to Eric Marcus. And he was just a lovely, loving soul.
Well, it takes a lot of courage, and especially at the time. And now you've turned your own story into helping. I mean, you're on countless charitable organizations. I know you've done a lot of work with the Human Rights Campaign. I know that you are an advocate and outspoken about your life, and you use your life as a teaching tool. Is that something that you consciously decided to do? I know that at a time you didn't want to. You were much more closed about your private life. How has that been to be more open and more free and to talk about it?
Now, I mean, with all of that out there, I don't have to censor myself. I can just be who I am. I can say, basically what I don't have to worry that, oh, did I tell that person? Oh, that person doesn't know. I wonder how they're going to react. And it's like, being an open book that way, it really is liberating. It's very freeing, and I don't have to worry about who I told what to.
Absolutely, I amen to that. It's like 1,000-pound weight off of your back. It is. It's not always great for everyone, but I always say it's usually not as bad as the worst case scenario in your head. Life goes on and gets better. At least you'll people will figure it out. Well, you are the quintessential a poster child for determination and hard work, and you to get your due. I remember reading about this, the controversy even about you. People were fighting about the Wheaties Box. You got your Wheaties Box, and here. Look at this picture. I mean, my goodness. Because you've turned the diving and the sport and done something so incredible. You've used your visibility for good. So thank you so much for all you do. Now, before I let you go.
Yeah.
All right. What's the trick? How are you is it yoga? I know you're a yoga guy. You're a meditation guy. Tell us, what is the Greg Louganis trick?
My dogs are my greatest teacher, because they forgive easily, and they love unconditionally. And so they're my great teachers. But so I take them on hikes every morning, and being out in nature, that's so important to me. And my yoga practice, meditation, don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
And it's all small stuff.
I love that. I love that. book. I was going to talk to you about dogs because you have a whole book about your relationship with dogs. Was that something you always liked, or was that post diving?
No, I mean, I've always been, I've always done better with animals than I have people. People scare me. but the animals, they're so honest and true. And so, yeah, I mean, I've always been an animal lover. And then when I retired from diving, I ventured into, I got a Harlequin, show marked Harlequin Great Dane. And so I was supposed to show him for, confirmation and all that, for potential breeding and all that. But the confirmation stuff, because I've shown at Westminster, I got a 3rd award of merit on a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, taking a dog in the ring. But I enjoyed doing activities with my dog. So the confirmation got a little boring because it's so political. And so I really got into the behavior. So I started competing in obedience. And then I happened onto dog agility, which was incredible. And actually, Nipper is right behind me. That's Nipper. Cool. And then, okay, let me see. That's Freeway, my Harlequin Great Dane. And so Nipper, she loved agility. And so we were competing. We made the nationals. We were in the finals at nationals, almost made world team. I mean, she was just incredible. So that was kind of my journey in dogs. And For the Life of Your Dog, the book, is a canine care book. So it goes from birth to death and grieving, and everything in between, all the things that you might be experiencing, canine adolescence, in that rebellious stage, and just all of the different things and medical things that can pop up and how to recognize them. So, it's a book that I'm really very proud of.
Well, you can find the links to Amazon, and all of them are available at greglouganis.com. And I was so enthralled. I didn't catch it when it ran, but I watched over the week the documentaries. I mean, 30 for 30 on ESPN, and then the HBO documentary, the Back on Boards. I mean, if you're home and you can stream it on demand, or you want to find it, you have to watch the story, because your story from birth, literally, and what through your journey for you, is one of the most fascinating stories. And I know we root for you and we appreciate you, because what's next?
And it's all still unfolding, which is crazy, because I'm adopted.
Yes.
And so I reconnected with my biological father, and it's just amazing, learning about Polynesian Samoan culture. It's just fascinating.
So I was going to ask you, and I know it's your personal life, but I guess Greg Louganis is like an open book now. You're adopted. You were raised in a Greek family, right?
Yeah.
And then it's Samoan and Swedish. Is that what you're?
Samoan and mostly English. But
okay.
There's Swedish in there. It's Northern European.
Can I ask, how did you find your birth parents? Was there a process? Did you look for them?
Well, it was interesting. I kind of always wanted to find my father, because I knew that he didn't want to give me up. And so actually what happened, after the '84 Olympic Games, I was in Honolulu, Hawaii, and for a Speedo event. And then my host said, Greg, your father's here. And my father's not here. He would have told me if he was going from San Diego to Hawaii. He would have told me he was coming to Hawaii. I said, no, your biological father. I said, oh. and then he said, do you want to meet him? I said, yeah. And so it was very emotional for him, Fuvali Lutu. And so I was a little leery. So through the years, I mean, he would always be there. Whenever I was in Hawaii, he'd always find me. And then he'd make sure that I made it to the airport. He'd load me up with pineapples, chocolate-covered macadamia nuts, and coffee, and everything from the islands to bring home. And he never asked for anything. So when we were screening Back on Board at the LGBTQAI Film Festival in Honolulu, he was there, and I learned that they were having a Lutu family reunion the following year. And so I reached out to my half brother, Malcolm, and I said, Malcolm, do you think it'd be okay if I came to the reunion? I said, oh my God, Greg, if you talk about us, about this, then we can talk about you, because they've been trying to respect my privacy and not, discuss our connection. And so I did go onto ancestry.com, DNA, and found out that yes, Fuvale Lutu is in fact my father. But what I wasn't expecting is that somebody reached out to me and said, I know who you are, and you came up as a leaf in my family tree, but the only thing we can think of is that you might be my aunt's son. And so she had a conversation with her aunt, and she came back to me and said, well, if you were conceived in Midway, born in San Diego, and your father's name is Fuvale Lutu, then she is your mother. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Midway and Fuvale Lutu, she was my mom. So I did meet her a couple years ago. So yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
What a story. And that's, you hear these stories now because of the DNA tests and all of the connections or people that
me, ancestry.com. I mean, you've got all this DNA and people finding people.
Yes. It's so great. I mean, I know a lot of, so if you're out there and you have more information about Greg, or if you want more information, he can say hello to you. You can go to his website. You can get a cameo. He can wish you a happy birthday. He can wish you anything that you want. Make sure you find out and follow him. And you could still get the book. The book is still in print. You could get it. You could read it on your Kindle. You can watch it as paperback or hard copy. It will be a whole new generation of people who will hear and be inspired by your story.
Well, thank you.
No, and it's such a. I remember as a kid, being, like I said, I was born in '83, and I remember going to school, and when he gets gold medals after he has like concussions, and it's sad. Like I told you, I made one basket in 3 years of rec basketball, so that is not me. But and then everything you did after that really shows, your character. So from one gentleman here in New Jersey, I just want to say thank you for being a role model, inspiring us to be free in who we are. And it sure means a lot.
The one thing that the mother who raised me, Frances Louganis, she always taught me to kind of, and by example, I learned from her by example. She gave me unconditional love, but she also told me, make everywhere you go better because you were there. Whether it's picking up a little trash. I mean, I'm one of those weird guys, goes to a public bathroom and is wiping down the counter so it's nicer for the next person. It's just like crazy. But, any little thing, smiling at somebody, you never know, because you might be saving a life.
That is very profound. That is what I'm going to take now. So if you see me in a public bathroom with Clorox wipes and Windex, it's his fault.
I don't know if you want to go that far. No, that's very, very sweet.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending some time with us, and it was a real honor.
Thank you. It was great meeting you, and we'll connect in person.
Yes, please. That's a deal. Thank you.
You can get Breaking the Surface. It's on Amazon right now, and that's Greg Louganis, everybody. Isn't he sweet? Wasn't it great? Isn't he so nice? Yeah, he invited me to go. I said this he popped in on Instagram before the show, and he invited me to go rollerblading. I don't rollerblade. I haven't rollerbladed. He said if I don't want to rollerblade, I can ride a bike. I think I'll meet him for lunch. I love our next guest. I'm so excited that Grag Queen is here. Brazil, are you here? My friends in Brazil wrote me today that they were watching. I'm going to fix my hair and be back with Grag Queen live. Are you ready? This queen sings. Take a peek. Watch this.
Party Friday, Saturday and Sunday just in case. Eu tô muito louca, wanna party every day. And baby, te convido para o meu bailão, o que faz tremer o chão, com a mente daquele jeitão, diriguidão, diriguidão, diriguideira. Baby, te convido para o meu bailão, o que faz tremer o chão, com a mente daquele jeitão, diriguidão, diriguidão.
Pride, and it's time to celebrate everybody who is a part of this community. And there's somebody who's literally taken this world by storm, the universe by storm. Queen of the universe himself, Grag Queen, is here. I was just listening all week to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just in case. This is the summer bop that you've been waiting for. Grag Queen is here. Hi.
Hello. Party Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just in case.
Yeah. I was so excited to hear that you had music out, your own original music, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, this is going to be played in every club all summer, all around the world. Congratulations!
Thank you so much, Robert. I'm so glad you guys appreciate my song.
Well, here's the cover of Party Every Day, which we were just talking about. Party Every Day is available. You can absolutely listen to it wherever music is heard. And you have a new single. Can you tell us a little bit about You Better?
Yeah, You Better is like my new baby cutie. And it's my first single just written like 100% in English. It was written by me, by Leland, that I bet you know him, and Jesse St. John, that like they already wrote for Selena Gomez, Troye Sivan, like Lizzo. So they're big and they're good. And I got a chance to be with them, like writing this. And I was produced by Cole, that is like an artist that I just love so much. And yeah, that's our baby. And
Well,
about it, just like everybody's liking, everybody who watched the clip gets amazed. And yeah, go watch it.
watch the video. You get millions of views because you bring. So, firstly, look at this look. My goodness gracious, you are so gorgeous. And
Thank you.
you have a whole album that you're working on and more music coming out. So we're going to be waiting and cheering on. You co-wrote the song, right? You write as well.
Yes.
Have you
It's
always
so crazy, like writing in English as I just speak Portuguese. But like I'm there.
Well, a little bit about your story, if you don't mind. You came to do Queen of the Universe. I read somewhere, if this is true, you had no outfits. You were not really prepared. You show up, and then you literally take this whole series like in a flash. What a year!
Yeah.
How has it been since you started filming till today?
So it was crazy. I had nothing. Like I had no passport. I had no vaccine. I had no like. It was crazy. But I just like kept feeling, kept feeling that was for me. Like the universe was screaming, like just come as you are, come as you can, just do your best. And then like everything just started like going very well. And then what happens in the end, like, and it was crazy. I had like 15, yes, the bitch though. uh, I had to do like all the outfits in 15 days. That is like a very short time, and with a very short like amount of money, because here in Brazil, like there in Brazil, uh, we're passing through like a very very bad time, like talking about finances and money. Like our coin is very like low priced, and so everything it's very expensive now in Brazil. Um, and especially when we're talking about feathers and shining stones and all this gay shit that we love. Uh, and like it worth it. It was okay. It was amazing. And now I'm the queen of the universe, just thanking the universe every fucking time.
Absolutely. You are the queen of the universe. And what's so funny is it ties in with what you were saying. Like you felt like the universe brought you there and you made it work. You made it happen. You did it and you win.
Yeah.
And no shade to the other great queens out there that, from Drag Race and everything, but you sing. You are singing. There's no lip syncing in this show. There is no lip sync.
No.
Have you always sung? Has it always been something that you love to do?
Yes, I think like I've always planned to be a vocalist and like a songwriter and a singing artist, and then just like drag just came to add like glamour and the confidence I needed to really put my face in the sun and say, "No, look at me, world. I'm gonna sing."
And you did. And you do. And you did and you do. Your rise up at the end of that show, that vocal is gorgeous. Your
Thank
voice
you.
behind it. Then you add to that, you have to, it's not easy, Greg. You have to look a certain way, dance a certain way, sell the song a certain way, and then sing.
Yeah.
It's
Cinch like as hell, and then like belt my lungs off.
it's not easy.
Yeah, no. Being drag and being a singer is like how much like how many things can you do at the same time? Like that's the challenge. Like lashes and wig and tucking and cinching and singing and being on tune and being on rhythm in hair and performing and having fun. And I said, girl, this is task for X-Men.
That's well, listen.
Certainly.
The tucking alone is and singing it deserves
Right.
notes. No, but I can't. Oh, forget it. I can't even imagine that you are. It's something special. I know you were just in LA. You just went to DragCon. DragCon was back after 2 years through COVID. How was it to meet your fans here in America in Los Angeles?
So it was crazy because I had in mind that like lots of people knew me here in the US and stuff like that, and being like a foreigner queen, just like I didn't expect to be like, you know, to have like lots of people knowing who I am. And then I just went to DragCon and then I just found it out, and like everybody knew the reigning queen of the universe. And it was crazy. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. But I still loved it. Like it was my first time in DragCon. I was planning to go as a guest, to go like booth by booth, just having my pictures. But now, girl, everything just kept up. And then I had my booth, and people were there to buy my merch and
Yes,
take picture with me,
yes.
and that was crazy.
You're a
And
star,
I
and
loved it.
you met Mama Ru herself. Here's the picture of
Yeah.
how was the experience to meet the icon that is RuPaul.
So that was amazing. That was like a dream that came true. Like to really see your biggest inspiration like live in front of you, and not just seeing her, but being seen as her, and noticed like the first thing she said it was congratulations and welcome to the family. So she's saying that she knows me, she knows who I am, she knows what I do, she knows, everything. And then just like everything just was even brighter because like of that fact.
Well, congratulations is right for sure. I know that you have a whole bunch of tour dates. You're literally crossing America this summer. You are doing shows all over the place. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect when we get a ticket and come see a Grag Queen show?
Yeah, come expecting some good vocals of the universe, some star quality and star attitude. Come to expect some dancing routines and, drag queens singing in Portuguese and English, having fun, taking the joy of being Brazilian everywhere.
Mm.
And that's what you can expect.
Well, you can go to gragqueen.com or you could follow Grag Queen on Instagram. That all the information is on there. So make sure you follow on social media.
Yes.
I want to say, in this time, I work with a lot of kids as a teacher. you have been very outspoken about the advocacy and activism you've given, especially for your home country of Brazil and standing up for the queer community in Brazil. Can you tell us a little bit about how you go about that? I know you've been very outspoken about standing up for rights everywhere, but especially in your hometown.
Yeah, because like it's undeniable and unforgettable. Like we are still the country who most kills people like you. We don't die, we get killed. Like and somebody gotta use the platform to talk about this. If we don't see that on the news and if we don't see that on the charts, so I'm gonna say that by myself, you know what I mean? And because we are artists and everything that just puts the society like inside this, we must talk about it and we must like put it out in the light, especially coming from my community. And so I think we're getting somewhere, like everything we speak, everything we're doing, because we have like bunch of successful drag queens back in town. And like we're getting somewhere. The things are getting better. We're having LGBT people on the politics, on like everywhere, but we're still on the maps saying like there is crazy being a queer person in Brazil. And it's so crazy how it shocks you guys like out of Brazil because and that's why I'm talking about like nobody talks about that. And I see that when I see you guys like being that shocked, and I can tell.
Well, you're speaking out about it. Firstly, you gave us knowledge because before I read about what you have said and talked about, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And you are literally saving people's lives by talking about it and changing the way people think. So besides the looks and the vocals and the videos and the dancing, you're using your platform for good. So thank you. There's a
Yeah.
lot of kids out there who now get to look up to you and know that there's more out there.
Thank
So
you. That's the right thing to do.
it is the right thing to do. So everybody, listen. All you have to do is go to YouTube right now, stream all of the videos, stream party
Yes,
every day,
please.
stream all the videos. Listen
Support
to
Martina.
that's you can listen to it wherever music is heard. Make sure you stream it. If you make a summer playlist, you having a party, a barbecue, make sure you have Grag Queen on your playlist. And then listen, go to his website, go to social media because you are literally. I looked at your dates. You are booked. He's booked. He's coming from Boston to Seattle, everywhere in between. So if you're somewhere across this country in the United States, make sure you check out Grag Queen. Go to gragqueen.com or follow on Instagram at Grag Queen. You're a pleasure. You're going to be a big star. You're going to be in dance clubs. Your music's going to be playing. People are going to be dancing on a box all around the world all summer long.
Oh, thank you so much, Robert.
No, my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. We're rooting for you.
Thank you, my love.
There's supposed to be a picture that has all his tour dates and it's gone. What is that? Some of you have questions. I will get you answers to those questions. We had to kind of go through a script of questions because he's really working on his English. And so it was all kind of approved in advance, but I will get you answers. I will send them to his people and get you answers, his inspiration and about his family. I promise. I see you, and I promise you I'll get those. I'll try to get those answers. He's a really impressive when you hear him talk, and it's translated from Portuguese about what he's doing for. I can't believe that image is gone. What he's doing for the community in Brazil. I had no idea that the number one cause of death for LGBTQIA plus people in Brazil is murdered for who they are. Next week, 2 more Pride icons are going to be here. That's the wonderful Quay Tan, who is in Dear White People, and Peacock's brand new miniseries, They Slash Them. It's a horror movie, get it? They Slash Them, with Kevin Bacon. So she'll be here. My friend, they're both my friends. Brandon Black is stars in Medea's Homecoming. If you've seen it, he plays the great nephew. He's the character that comes out in the movie. And he's making headway and made a lot of noise because there's a first out character. Medea, plus Frankie Grande and the cast of Titanic. So if you're an Ariana Grande fan, come see her brother Frankie. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you this week. Thank you, Christine. I hope to see you this weekend somewhere around this area if you're a New Jersey, New York area person. Or I hope to see you sometime soon. I have dates in LA and I have a date in New York, October 22nd. You can buy tickets. It's at robertbannon.com. I hope I'll see you all there. I performed at 4 events and we put these 4 little events and little things together. I'm going to get thank you, Abby. Thanks for another fabulous show. Always appreciate you and your hard work. I appreciate it. We try to get good. I want to just get art out there and artists to be heard, recognized, and we accept each other, spread a little love, laugh. The world is crazy. Things are nutty out there. We pay $8 million for gas. We have, crazy things going on in schools and in hospitals and churches in this country and around the world. Wars. We can spend an hour and laugh together, right? And support some art. I appreciate you all so much. Here's a little clip of some of the Pride events. Thank you to Mike and Janelle for some of this footage. Thank you for everyone who took videos of me this weekend. Here's a little bit of me, and I'll see you next week. Next week's show is Wednesday, and it's special. I love these two. They're really special. Enjoy. Have a great week. Take care of yourself. Be good to one another.
And invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. 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 Dying in America at the end of the millennium. We're dying in America to come into our own. And when you're dying in America at the end of the millennium, you're not alone. Give yourself prudence and lose love your friends. Subway kid, rejoice your truth. In the religion of the insecure, I must be myself, respect my youth. A different lover is not a sin. Believe capital H-I-M. Hey, hey, hey. I love my life, I love this record, and mi amor volete. I'm beautiful in my way, cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself in regret, just love yourself and you're set. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way, yeah. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid, yeah. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's hear it clap, everybody. We're going to do this one more time, and we want everybody to hear us singing because they're not going to stop us or silence us, right? So are you ready to sing with me one more time? Let's go! Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid, yeah. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind.